What is up, fellow travelers? Aaron the Old Man Gamer here again, and we are back with some more low sodium game time featuring Dark Souls 3. When we last left off, we had extinguished all 3 fires, and we have opened the door to Wolf's Blood, which is the path that will lead us to Halfway Fortress, and then from there the Abyss Watchers. So we have come up here. This is the area for the Covenant for the Watchdogs of Farron. So that's a covenant that deals with the Great Swamp. So if you're in this area, they are defenders of the swamp. They'll invade you, and then you'll have to deal with them. So you could join them and be an invader. So if anyone happens to come into this area, you go into an invasion state, and you will be summoned over into that player's world, and you'll have to fight them. So if you're not about that life, you don't have to join it. It's right here. The Covenant rewards are fairly decent. They level up on the Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. The Swordgrass is pretty easy to find. The Grues drop them. There's some laying around in the swamp somewhere. You can pick some of that up. Like I said, the Covenant rewards are fairly nice. There's a couple swords you can get off of there. Yeah, they're not hard to level up. You only need 30 swordgrass, and if you go through this area as a farm, at least the Halfway Fortress area, there's plenty of Grues you can kill, and you'll start piling that stuff up over time. So very easy Covenant to level up in. So our plan of attack today is to deal with the Stray Demon. The Stray Demon is a typical demon type. If we had Black Knight weapons, it would do 20% more damage to this guy. But we are not rocking any Black Knight gear right now, so what we're going to do is try to run up on this guy before he can start breathing. I don't know how he got me that time. Uh-oh. Put me down. Bastard. Okay, well, I kind of expected that to happen. Because once we got hit that first time and half of our health went down, it's like, okay, this is going to be one of those kinds of games where, we're not going to be able to get an attack in edgewise because we're going to get caught on something. Well, sometimes that happens, and you just have to roll with it. I'm not going to get salty just yet because this is one of those deals early on in your game. You're just not going to have the kind of brute force to take these guys out head on. So we're just going to have to worry about that in a bit. We're going to try to get underneath this guy and deal with that when it happens. We're going to try to get our souls back. Hopefully we won't get killed before they there you go. Let's see. We have a Ring of Sacrifice. We can put that on because we're not rocking any other rings right now. Because we want our souls back. You gotta watch out for this dude's boulder heave spells. Alright. We're still alive, so things have gone well. So you remove this Ring of Sacrifice. Get our souls back. And we could go about picking all this stuff up. So there's Ember, another Ember, I believe, and a Great Axe. So we got the Great Axe, and this is another Ember. So we got 2 Embers and a Great Axe out of this area. And we got the soul of the Stray Demon. So as you saw, the Stray Demon can be a tough customer. He hits really hard, and that Boulder Heave spell really can do a lot of damage because he can knock you back, and then while you're laying there, he can do that smash attack on you and kill you. So I died to that boss, or mini-boss really, any number of times. Demons are always tough, so dying a couple times kind of to be expected. So we've gotten a bunch of souls. We have this demon soul, and we also have an Estus shard and undead bone shard. So we are going to return back to Firelink to cash those things in. Because you don't want to keep those things, for no reason. See, if you have too many of them because you've already maxed everything out, that's one thing. But if you haven't maxed out all your stuff, you're just basically depriving yourself of potential healing and, quality of healing too. So burn that. So we're going to go over here. Stop by the Shrine Maiden here.
Ah, well met, Ashen One.
Because we have some ashes.
How may I be of service?
Give her the ashes.
Ashen One, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, stuff of a fool, won't yield aught. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Tell me for the sport. Oh yes, I see. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. It must come from one most foolish indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
Yeah, so those are the Dream Chaser's ashes. So let's see if we got anything special. So we now can buy regular Titanite from the Shrine Maiden. So we're gonna get this key right here. Let's see, we're gonna get the exile stuff's available for us now. You get the big hat that we can wear, so if you want to do a Big Hat Logan cosplay, we got the big hat. Let's see, Flynn's ring, life ring, bunch of other stuff, shields, couple spells, nothing serious.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
Okay, let's see, what else do we have here that we could turn in? I could turn in this coal as well.
Ah, well met. Just wasn't.
Give him this coal.
Well, well. What's the undead legion doing with a coal such as this? I'd heard one of the crystal sages had sided with Farron's Abyss Watchers. I suppose it must be true. You should know, this coal is imbued with magic. First one I've ever seen. Hardly a surprise, is it? I've never been one for books or wise men.
Okay, and we have an Estus shard.
Pretty be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Actually,
Well, just good to what needs.
can I upgrade my Claymore? How many do I need? Yeah, I need 4. I only have 3 large Titanites, so that's going to be something for later.
Pretty be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Alright, so we're done with that. We're going to go up here. Here's Henri and Horace hanging out.
am well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
Okay, so Henri and Horace are going to go through the same area that we're going to go through. So we're all sort of following the same paths. Talk to Ludleth here.
Returned, and a fine day it is. So, happened upon any twisted souls?
So we want this, Havels Ring.
Now, do not be away over long.
So you're going to use Havels Ring. It's going to make all of our equipment lighter. Well, it gives us more endurance, so we can carry more equipment. So we can put on our Fallen Knight pants and not have to worry about fat rolling yet. So we have no need for this torch anymore. So we got the Pyromancy glove on one hand, though we can't use it right now because we don't have enough attunement to really put a slot in there. So we're going to talk to the Firekeeper right here and upgrade our stuff.
Speak thine heart's desire.
So I think we have enough for a couple levels.
Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Let's see what we got here. So we need 8,000. At least 2 levels. We might be able to sell enough souls to get 3. So what do we want to do here? So even if we put both into a timber, we're not going to get. We don't have enough to get a slot. Let's bump this up to 30. Go up to that to get 842 for hit points. Let's see, we need about 5,000 more souls. So we're going to go with that for now.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
Sell a bunch of our soul items here. We're sitting on a lot of them.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Let's see if we can... Ah, just a little short.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Well, let's see. We got some stuff we can sell really quick. Let's see what we can get rid of. Never going to need those. Let's see. We got anything else we can get rid of? Don't need 2 of those.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
Yeah, we have enough.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls. Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Alright, so now we can actually use that great axe that we had. See, we're just a little short for the Black Knight weapons. We'll want to do that next. So let's see, we have the great sword we could use. There's this thing. It's a little too heavy for us. Listen to that, that's nice and smashy. So it's just overhand shots, really. Yeah, that's an ugly, ugly weapon right there. So we'll have to boost up our endurance a little bit more before we can use that. Let's go back to the claymore for now. That's the problem with big, beefy weapons, is that they're big and they're beefy, but they take a lot of investment to work. So we're going to go this way. So we're going to try to make our way over to Halfway Fortress here. So this area is actually a good area to explore if you're into sorceries and stuff. So if you're a sorcerer, there's a sorcery tome over there. If you see that shiny thing, you go over along this way. There's those big elder Grue. So if you have fire-based spells, you could take care of those guys pretty easily. But along there, there's a little hole in the wall that you could go into. And there is a sorcery tome from Ulasil, as well as the ornate set. So if you get those, they're basically that you'll see Elizabeth the Mushroom from Dark Souls 1, and a body that you could assume is Princess Dusk. You'll also find the Crown of Dusk in the swamp somewhere. So if you go through there, if you're a sorcerer, those are areas you want to explore. So I didn't get Orbeck in my service because my intelligence is a little too low right now, and I don't really concentrate on sorceries. Okay. So we managed to get the storyteller down before he could start aggroing these guys. And because they weren't aggroed, it's Corvian Great Knife. It's like a short sword, really. It's a nice weapon to have. It's not particularly effective, but it's good if you're looking for very light weapons. I don't particularly like it myself because it doesn't do enough damage, but if you're a caster, it's good for some things. So those over there are Darkwraiths. We've met them before. So there's 2 of them that will come up this way. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going this way. As you can see, there's a bonfire. And we're going to go open up that shortcut that I showed you back when we went through this area before. Well, we didn't actually go through this area, but we went through that area in the swamp. So I'm going to rest really quick. So you'll see when we get there. It's where that Black Knight was. Not sure what these guys were looking at, but obviously it wasn't us. So we got the Crystal Beast over here. Okay, that leads us to 2 Titanite scales. Titanite scales are used for certain weapons. We don't particularly use anything that requires them. Most of the stuff that we go either uses regular Titanite or Twinkling Titanite. There's a couple boss weapons that use it. There's a Lycanthrope here. You know, those guys are pretty dangerous, as I said before, because they can stun lock you when they start wailing on you. And if you remember, this guy is our friend the Black Knight from earlier. There's one of the Shroomy boys. So if you went into the swamp over here, this giant crab is respawned over there. If you went into this swamp and Heisel had not spawned already, he would spawn in this area and come after you. So once you get out into the water, he will spawn in and come over this way as opposed to going over that way. So we're not having to deal with him anymore because we already killed him in this area. Black Knight guy here. So we've gotten a lot more powerful since the last time that Black Knight was a menace. So we've been able to dispatch him pretty easily. So this is a good farm spot. And Halfway Fortress is a place that I recommend early and mid-game farming for. So we're not going to get to the Abyss Watchers just yet because we're going to go through this area and get to the doors. But this area is a good farming spot and a good testing spot. So if you've got a weapon that you're looking at that you may want to use, you just spawn over here. You can go through that way. There's Grues, there's a Black Knight, there's a Lycanthrope, there's the Shroomy boys, there's some giant crabs, you got hollows. Over this way, there's more Grue, you got 2 Darkwraiths. So a wide variety of weapon testing options here. A lot of monsters to mess with. Now there's these 2 Darkwraiths. You want to stand right here inside this doorway because if you go out, the Darkwraiths will see you and they'll come after you. All right, we got the dark armor. Yeah, we've got a pale tongue, and of course some cracked red eye orbs. So as I said, the Darkwraiths always drop stuff. So one of the cool things about this area is that even though you can farm this area, everything that dies here will drop souls to you. And the Darkwraiths, if you let them, will kill half the stuff in this area for you. I'm just going to go back here and deal with Grue Boy here. I don't know what this Darkwraith guy's doing. So every now and then their AI gets kind of glitchy and they walk off into the That cloud's not going to do anything. I don't think you can poison a Darkwraith. I'm going to sit here and see if that Darkwraith actually comes out there and decides to go after him. This fool spotted us. Sorry, buddy, you're not going to be spewing your vape juice all over us today. Alright, what's this dude up to? Yeah, another set of dark armor. Well, that's nice because those things are worth 500 souls a pop. So if we get enough of them, they're worth selling. So what this guy dropped, probably some sword grass. Nope, some rotten pine resin. Okay, we got that guy down, some bug pellets that I'm never going to use because I don't use those things for whatever stupid reason. It's this guy over here. Hey, buddy. Trying to kick me. That's rude. Use more resin. So if you approach these guys over here from behind, they don't attack you for some stupid reason. And even though I just stabbed his friend, this guy is completely oblivious to it. Okay. This area over here is where the Abyss Watchers hang out. So we're going to open this door really quick. But we are not going to go in. So we're going to bring a friend. Of course, we're going to do that. So right here is Goddard. He's a Black Hand. So we're going to summon him in, and we're going to go in there and have ourselves some fun with the Abyss Watchers. But we're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait till the next episode because we are at 30 minutes. So we're going to stop right there. We'll pick up from this spot right after this is done. So I'm just going to keep recording. We'll just split this episode into two pieces. So until next time, I'll bid you safe travels, and we'll catch you with the next episode. Have a good one.